Welcome back to Late Night. We're here with Tiffany Haddish. One of the things you read about in your book is the incredible journey of being somebody who auditioned for SNL, didn't get the gig. That's the first time we met. Then you got to come back and host, and that is a real triumph.
Yeah.
And then comes with the burden of the pressure of that week. How did you handle the week of hosting that show?
I mean, it was a lot of pressure, and I'd lost 10 pounds that week.
Yeah.
I feel like if I need to lose any more weight, I will ask to host again.
Yeah.
It was a lot of pressure, and I thought I would be able to like contribute to like, look at this, and I brought this, and I've been writing it. I wrote this one years ago. You might want that, and they're like, no, that's not how we get down over here. And I was like, oh, okay. You don't want to read my ideas? Can I at least act it out for you? Like, nah, we got this right here. And I was like, oh, this is actually better than my idea. This actually is good. But I wanted to ask you, how did you handle the pressure working there?
I mean, I feel so much healthier. I feel younger now than I felt when I was there, even though I was younger then. Like, I felt so harried all the time. I never really feel like I found a way to handle it. Because even if you had a really good week, if all it took was one bad week to make you completely doubt you were in the right place.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm glad, like, I really wanted to work there as a cast member. That's
Sure.
what I really wanted.
Yeah.
And then, Lauren didn't hire me. Maybe God told him, don't do it, because this girl gonna break down over here. She gonna tear some stuff up. Okay, because that pressure was so, I was like, I'm so glad I didn't get hired on a regular basis, because I probably would have collapsed. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. It was too much.
I mean, you do get a little I see hosting is more pressure than anything I did when I was there, because everybody's looking at you the whole time. I mean, the hardest thing in the first 2 years of the show, it was the pressure of nobody looking at you, right?
Really?
Yeah, because
I don't mind that.
Yeah. It's worse than you think.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you're not there's a whole show and like they don't even put makeup on you because they're like, oh, not only are you not going to be on air, you're not going to be in dress. I mean, that's where you're like, oh, they made a terrible mistake.
But you still get paid.
How do you handle?
I would be just fine.
Yeah.
I would be just fine if I was a part of a cast and they never put me on, but I'm still getting paid every week. I'll be like, y'all kill it. I'll be cheering like, you do that. You did your thing. I would be cheering for everybody. Like, I'm still getting my check.
Well,
they, pay me to be
they made a terrible mistake because I didn't work with any of you. There was nobody high-fiving me as I came off.
Really?
No.
I thought they should have hired me.
They
But no,
should
they
have
should. If they would have hired me to be a cheerleader, I would have been a cheerleader.
Well, by the way, I think the only good thing about them not is how well it's turned out for you. But do you feel like you're better at dealing with pressure now?
I'm way better at dealing with pressure
When
now.
do you feel like that turn happened for you?
I feel like that turn happened for me when I became unmarried.
Okay. that took it sort of left with the ring.
And then no, because then then it was some more pressure stuff. Okay, I would say like 2 years ago.
Oh, that's good.
No, I'm lying.
Okay.
Like
an hour and a half?
30 minutes ago.
Is it true that you will sort of practice stand-up when you're in therapy?
Yeah, okay, so what had happened was I was court-ordered to go to therapy. And I would be sitting with the therapist, and at first I didn't talk at all because I didn't want to. Mind you, I was a teenager then. I was in foster care, so it's a little bit, I wasn't like, I might have been doing some bad stuff, but not like crimes, just running away. And so, talking too much in school. Okay, so anyways, when I was in therapy, I would not talk at all at first. And then I started to open up and started talking. And I decided I would just run jokes. I would just tell funny stories that I want to tell on stage. And so I would do that, and the therapist was always laughing, and it would make me so mad, because I'm like, okay, stop laughing. Because then I started telling what was really bothering me. And they would laugh at that. I'm like, this is not funny. I need to know why my vagina makes these noises.
You know what? I do have a little bit of sympathy for your therapist. Like, he's like, I didn't know we switched into serious.
Anyways, it's funny because years later, I ended up firing that therapist.
Yeah.
I ended up firing them. Well, really, I didn't fire them. My medical insurance had cut off, and then that's what got them fired. because I wasn't gonna pay. And then I got a therapist and I was paying, and then it was like too much, and I had to let them go because it kept happening. It kept happening. And then finally, I got another therapist, and that one, you know, that one didn't laugh that much, but they made me laugh.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, they made me laugh. And so I was like, you should do stand-up.
To your therapist?
To my therapist, you should be a comedian.
And were they open to the idea?
And they was like, no, Tiffany, no. And then I started asking them to come with me on dates, come with me to different things.
Like to date, like performing dates? Like to...
No, like going out to dinner date. Like
Okay.
I'm going on a date.
And you would just... So
and I
it'd
would
be...
ask the therapist, could you meet me here? Could you blah, blah, blah? Like, I just want you to meet this person and see if they somebody I should be dating.
Okay. Would you heads up the person that you were on the date with?
Hell no, because
Okay.
they getting a mental evaluation. I don't want them to cheat.
Okay. And when your therapist showed up, would they like sort of play a character? Would they like be a waiter who would come over?
No, I'd be like, oh, look, this is my therapist. Sit in. This is such and such, such and such. This is my therapist. And then they would talk and stuff, and then I would be like, you want something to drink? You hungry? But you know,
And then how do you feel like your therapist was honest when they thought that the person was not a match?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And would they tell you then, or would they wait till the next session?
They would tell me the next day.
Okay, gotcha.
Uh-huh.
And then would you let the person know that the therapist, so it would take it off you? You're like, I had a great time. My therapist says it's a no.
No, I had to learn, because, see, the therapist was telling me, don't date that person. And then I'll be like, oh, okay. And then I would date them anyway.
Sure.
And then I was like, oh, dang, the therapist was right. So, Jay, if you want to meet my therapist.
It is always such a delight to see you. Give it up one more time for Tiffany Haddish. I curse you for joy. It's available now. Be right back with Cam Hayward.